people. So today we are going to work on how to handle the alert boxes. Okay, so this is the one here. So we have a simple alert which we if we click on the button, it will just open the pop-up and just we need to accept it. And one more is like kind of prompt input alert. If you just click on this, you need to enter some text and click on OK. Okay, if you see that whatever the text we have entered, it will show up here. So we are going to see how to handle all these two alerts in Playwright now. Okay, so for that first we need to create a test. So here we have already the terminal npx Codeceptjs gt. What is the feature we are going to do? Handling alerts, right? So alert. So now the test has been created for me. So I'm going to change the scenario name, handle alert. So here how we have navigated from here to this page is like, so as soon as we launch this page, we are going to click on this, go here and get this element locator. Okay, so for that, to launch the browser with the URL, we need to give always I'm on page, and here if you go to configuration file, we have given already the base URL which is https://automation.com. so after this, whatever the URL going to be appended, we need to give that. So I'm going to give the entire one here. Okay, so now after navigating to this page, what we need to do, we need to scroll the page till down, and then we need to click on this alert box, right? So for that alert, we need to get the element locator. So let me open this element section, DevTools, and here if you inspect for that, you can see href alert.php. So I'm going to use the same. Href equals to alert.php. So there is only one element with this path, so I'm going to use in our script. So first what we have done, after coming to this page, we just scroll down. So for that, we'll see any functions are there. So here if you see, we have the scroll to a specific element, or scroll to top or scroll to bottom. So there is no any specific element here because this is the bottom of the page, so I just wanted to scroll page to the bottom. Okay, and then now I'm going to wait for the element which is alert php, which is this one. So once I can see that, so here I'm providing some wait time for it. So until it will wait until 5 seconds to find that element. So after the 5 seconds, if it couldn't able to find that element, it will throw an error. So now after finding it, it needs to click on it. Okay, so we'll see till now what has happened and whether our script is handling till here working perfectly as we expected or not. Okay, so what is the run command to run the scripts in the Codeceptjs? So yes, npx Codeceptjs run, and then you need to give the path of the file which you wanted to run, if you want to run the specific file, correct? So in our case also we want to run the specific file which is alerttest.js. So I'm going to use this npx Codeceptjs run command with the passing the file path in it. So now I'm just going to give enter. Okay, it actually passed. Let me give the wait time here to just make see the visible changes whether it has been navigated or not, as it is too fast. So you can see right now it has been navigated to the alert php page. So this is the page which we want to be navigated. So it is navigating as we expected, so we can continue from here. So basically I follow this way rather than writing the entire code and running it. I'll just make it a little bit parts of it, and I'll just check whether it is working till that piece of code or not which we have written. Okay, and then now we have been navigated here. So if you observe, this is a different tab where we can see all these alert, registration, dynamic elements and all. And once we click on any of these buttons, any one of these links, it will be navigated to another tab. So for this, we need to tell the Codeceptjs also to move focus to the next tab. For that, we have one function here, which is switch to next tab. So without giving switch to next tab, and if you just identifying the elements and you are trying to click on it, then it won't work, because the focus always stays in the previous tab, and the Codeceptjs or with the Playwright helper, it doesn't understand that it needs to switch the focus to the new tab and it needs to search for an element. So that's why if there is any switch to the next tab or any new tab has been opened, we need to switch the focus to the new tab. So that's why there is an inbuilt function for that, which is switch to next tab. Okay, now after switching it here, we need to find these elements and click on it. Okay, now here if we go and see here, we need to click on this. Okay, so I'm writing the XPath for that. Sorry. So here, okay, it is identifying and it is matching with only single element. So now what you are going to, after switching to the next tab, we are going to wait for this element and then we are going to click on it. We'll see if it works. What it is saying, element is not there even after 5 seconds. Okay, so now even though we have switched to the next tab, but still it is not able to find the element. So now we will see why it has been happened. So here if you see the button, whatever we have whatever we are trying to click, it is inside an iframe. So that is the reason it couldn't able to find the button, because if there is any iframe on that pages, we need to first switch to the frame and then only we need to perform whatever the actions we need to do. So we will check if there is any functions for that inbuilt. We'll see how it works here. Switch to. So what they are saying, switches frame, or in case of null locator, reverts to the parent. So if we give any iframe, so it will switch to the first iframe. If you won't give anything, it will switch back to the main page. So now we want to switch to the iframe. So I'm going to just try to give it here the same. So we'll recheck with it here. You can see it is same iframe. Okay, now I'm going to try it. What it is saying, still not present. So actually we have some issues with switch to. In Playwright Codeceptjs. So we have some issues actually to see here. If you see, unable to enter iframe via switch to. So we have some issues with that, either if it is with a Puppeteer or a Playwright, this is the same issue. So I have found another way to handle how to access the elements inside the frame. So let me share that with you guys here. Okay, so let me go here. So for the Codeceptjs Playwright, if we just trying to use this switch to is somehow is not working. So in that cases, to access any elements inside an iframe, we can use this function within. Okay. Inside the within braces, we need to pass the element and then function Okay, so this is the syntax to use within. So here within, what we are going to pass here is a locator. Okay, so first let me get one locator here. So what is a locator? Here it is, this one. So I'm going to use this copy, and then I'm going to use src. Okay, so this is what the iframe it is, and inside that iframe only we have the button what we are trying to click. So I'm just copying this here and go to the script. So what it is actually frame. So okay, so now inside this one, whatever we want to perform, we can do that. So here I'm copying all those two lines which are at the element which we are trying to click. It is inside the frame of this. So okay, now if we try to run the script, we'll see what will happen. Okay, still it says it is not available. Let me check. We'll try it. I could see everything is proper here, because I can see it is identifying inside the frame, and even this one is also same, I think. Yes, alert, simple alert dot html. So I don't see any issue here. Let me try to run it again. It actually clicked, so we could see a pop-up here. So it was something not sure before, it doesn't happen, it's so weird, but now it is working with the same piece of code. So here within this frame, whatever we need to perform an action on those elements which lies inside the frame, we can do all those things here. Okay, so this is how we will do. So one more thing here we need to understand is like Playwright, we have the inbuilt functions to accept the pop-up. So here you can see it will accept the pop-up for whatever, if it is alert or if it is a confirm box or if it is a prompt box. So all these things it will be accepting it by itself without any need of piece of code. But something if you want to handle it, that also you can handle. I dot accept pop-up. Okay, now if we run the script, see it has been accepted. Okay, now as I mentioned earlier, here for input alert we have this one, and if you see for this alert box, we won't be having any elements because it is not an any page, it is just a kind of alert boxes, and it is not an web element. So you can't find any web elements here to handle this or to enter the text in it. So then what is the way to handle this one? And if you observe, we don't have any string text to be passed here, correct? So even if we try to pass the text inside this, we'll see what will happen in that case. So this is one which is handle alert. Now we will write a scenario, another scenario for entering the handling prompt. Okay, as it is a prompt box, we need to we can give the text in it, and it will give us some prompt framing with that text. Okay, so this is the handle prompt one. Now I'm just going to copy the entire code. We'll see here these are all still the same steps, and it needs to get to the switch to the next tab. And here if you see, this is not the one. So here if you see, whatever the text you have given, it will be appended here and it will be show it. So now as soon as the page has been landed, it will be on this one, but now we need to click on this one. Okay, so for that, we can use this one. I'm writing the XPath again. So we can see it is identifying only one element. So here after switching to the next tab, what it needs to do, it needs to click on that input alert. Okay, then I dot click input alert. So once clicking on this, so we need to check for this element, and this element is inside input alert.html. So I'm just going to change this input alert.html, and the button text also I'm going to change here. Okay, so now on clicking this, it needs to enter the text. So let me try. So here if you see in the Playwright, they didn't show any option that how we can pass the string in it, but even though if we pass something here, it won't take it up. So now I'm just running it again. So the first one, the pop-up, it has been handled, and now it is trying to run the next scenario. So if you see here, after hello, we couldn't see any text, correct, because it is not working. So in that case, we need to handle it separately with the help of other own written code function. Okay, so for that we need to write our own lines of code on how to enter the text. Okay, so how we are going to write it? So for here, any extended support for the tool which we are using in this video, which is Playwright, we can go to their official website. So here if you see the Playwright docs, we can find the dialog. So these are the dialogues how we are going to handle it. So they are telling dialog.accept, dialog.dismiss. So here if you see, they are giving the options. We can have the accept, or we can give the dialog.accept prompt text. So this is how we are going to handle the case right now. So whatever the extended functions we are going to write, it would be good if we handle it in a single place so that you can use it everywhere in your framework. So for that, we are going to use this helpers. So this helpers is actually in my previous video I have just given a brief intro how to create an helper class, and then how to write the codes. Okay, so here this is the previous extended function which is used for file upload. I have covered that in my file upload video, so please go and check it, or otherwise I will tag it that link here also in this video on the top right corner, so you can even check in that. But let me just give the brief idea of the helper. So here if you go ahead, extending Codeceptjs with helpers. So this is the command to generate a helper class and to include under the helper section. So this is the, and I will cover this one entirely in a different video, as this is a different concept, but right now it's for just an idea. I have created a helper class, and in that I am going to add this extended function. So what is our function right now? Handle prompt. So handle prompt. So prompt will be having the text in it, and here how they are using it, page on dialog. So this is how they are going to check the event whenever the dialog event occurs. Okay, for that they are using this page.on. So for that we need to have the accessibility of the page first, and we are in the helper playwright. So what we need to import it or refer to that to the playwright. Okay, so now we have the page and page.on event. So what is the event right now? We are checking for the dialog event. So dialog, and after capturing the dialog, so if dialog dot type equals to prompt, so here you can see the prompt, then what should be happen? And here if you see all these dialog dot, one second, dialog dot accept, these are all like promise functions, so we need to use the await function. So for in that case we can use await, as we are telling it as an await, so we need to have it as an async, then await dialog dot accept, and we need to pass the text here. Okay, so that's how. In case if you want to keep it the text as an optional one, you can even do it like this. If you won't pass any text, it will take as empty string, otherwise it will have the consider the text whatever we have passed. So now handle prompt, so this is the one we have created to handle that one. Now I am going to use this in our alert test. And one more thing is like whatever here, if you see about handle the pop-ups, what they have done here, set the automatic pop-up to respond. This must be set before pop-up is triggered. So we should not wait after pop-up has been triggered and all. So this piece of code should be there before even pop-up has been triggered. So I dot click, right? So before even popping up, we need to have this. So what I'm going to do, I dot handle prompt, and whatever the text here, automation I'm going to give. Okay, now we will see how it will work. So for now I'm just running this scenario alone, not this one. So this is one of the feature in Codeceptjs. So if you want to run only single scenario out of all the scenarios in a single feature file, you can use this scenario dot only. So I'm going to run it now. If you see, it will run only handle prompt. You can see it here, automation, it has been come here. So this is how we can actually handle the prompt and handle the alert in case of Playwright with the extended functionality by using the helper. Okay, so in this way you can handle the alerts in either ways. Now let me try to run both scenarios here. This is the simple alert, it has been navigated to and it just accepted. Now it is running for the prompt one, so you can see it has been given automation, the text whatever we have passed. See, you can see here all the test has been passed. So this is the video for today, guys. So please tune into my channel and follow for more videos, and I will give all the extended support for all the issues you are facing. So in this video also I have discussed on the issue if you can't able to enter the text with the given inbuilt functions with the Playwright. I have told you how to use this with the use of helper with the own piece of code from choosing the Playwright function Playwright helper.